Good morning. Welcome to Texas Lone Wolf Miguel, your source for Red Pill Truth. I'm still a little under the weather. Uh, I'm just trying to put some stuff together to help bring out the best in the people that listen to my videos. So today we're going to do a topic called um, okay, I initiated the divorce and I regret it. I initiated the divorce and I will regret it. And I'm going to read stories by women who initiated this legal action and the man paid the price, all the fees, all the alimony, all the extra stuff ordered by the court. So, of course, people don't want to talk about this, but we are going to talk about this, okay? Now, take note. Take note of this. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. They make more money per capita than fast food, than Hollywood. They make more money, and every time somebody says their I do's, 36 seconds later, somebody is filing for divorce. Right? Somebody's filing for divorce 36 seconds later. So, we are going to get to the topic of this. So, um, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. I'm going to bring this up. Okay, I'm going to bring you this. Okay? We're going to talk about this. Listen, you go do it at the moment. All right, you're going to go out there and do it at the moment. You're going to file right now because you're unhappy. You're tired. You don't want to be in this. You don't want to be in that. You file at the moment. And all of a sudden, regret comes falling in, so to speak. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to discuss this. And this is one of the whys men don't even want to commit. Men don't even want to do this. Some already got burnt twice and said, no more. I'm not doing this. No, 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 no way. I'm not doing this. I value my peace, quiet, and freedom. Oh, no. I'm not doing this. Oh, no. And guess what? You know who pays the price for this? The children do. Well, why did mommy and daddy get a divorce? The other child is dumbfounded. I don't know. I don't know why. Then it becomes obvious later on. Then the cat gets let out of the bag. Well, I've been seeing a boyfriend while I was married to your dad, and blah 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 blah. Okay. So deleted profile say I'm to blame for this divorce and regret my mistakes for the rest of my life. Trying to make civil for my kid's sake. Good luck on that. And my emotions are all messed up horribly right now. I'm all the blame for this mess I put myself in. Roughly 9 years ago, I was on deployment, met a guy who I became friends with, was strictly friends. Over the years, we remained friends. My heart got tied up in it. Looked like she got emotionally attached. And for me, it became more of an emotional affair. Whoa. I spoke too soon, didn't I? And my husband was working a lot, providing for us and our kids. He's a damn good provider. But he kept from home a lot. Hey, you choose to marry the man and he's going out trying to bring in the money to keep your roof over your head, food on the table, utilities paid, so you have the way to clean your body. Of course, pay for the health care. The money ain't going to fall from the sky, is it? And anyway, let's go ahead and go forward. And probably more than I ever liked. Deep inside, I had kept a secret that my heart was not fully my husband's. Really? So you married your husband out of pretense of being a faithful wife. That there was this friend who had a part of it for so many years. About 3 years ago, my husband confronted me about this friendship, and it was obvious that the emotional affair was only one-sided. The other guy barely ever responded. I was the one initiating the conversation, probably out of boredom and loneliness. I cut all contact for 2 years preceding husband finding out about my feelings. I wanted to make our marriage work, but I could not shake the feelings I had for the other guy. Yeah, you could. You could cut off all feelings for the other guy and focus on your husband. You choose not to. You choose to focus on the other guy. Let me ask you something. Is the other guy living in your house? Is the other guy bringing in money for you and your kids? No. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking to you with feelings and emotions. I'm talking to you logically. I'm talking to you from a logic point of view. Are you getting this? All right. Okay. Now, the other guy does not live in the same state as us, never has. Military has kept him all over the U.S., but never in the same state. Last year, I got a message from him of not hearing from him over 2 years. He's been going through a hard time. We made a mistake, and I made a mistake talking to him via internet, consoling him over his relationship loss. I again made another mistake, sent that guy a birthday card with no return address. Just want to make sure he thought about the cost it was going through so much. Probably the worst thing for me to do. Because he sent me a message on Facebook and my husband saw it and flipped out. Wow. Well, now after a month of contemplating divorce, my husband filed last week. I'm never regretful, because I ruined a decent marriage. We had our differences, but the husband is not a bad man by any means. Wow, you defended your ex-husband. Wow. If anything, he is the most understanding, kind man I ever known. I am an emotional wreck. Can't seem to even keep it together. Our kids don't really know what's going on yet, and I hope we don't have to tell them, because we're trying to keep things normal for them. To the woman out there that likes, to the women out there that, according to statistics, file for divorces 80% of the time. Let me tell you something, kids will pick up on this. Kids will find out. And the mother is the one who gets shunned by the kids, even especially the daughters and the sons. So, are you willing to piss away a good marriage over some dude? That's not even living in your house. Really? As of right now, I'm keeping this house, and the kids will live with me full time. With him getting him from school in the afternoons every other weekend, he works nights, so I really can't swing the full time thing. I want him to see them as often as he wants. Plus, part of my woes is that we have a rental house next door. So after our renter's lease is up in March, he will move over there. But in the meantime, we will remain under the same roof, even in a legal divorce. To make matters even more stressful, I'm in a nursing school right now. 5 days a week, I'm in class. It's a hard program and fast pace. I almost feel like quitting to get a job because I don't know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to manage. My husband keeps saying things will be fine. He's making sure we're both financially set up and won't fail. We have very little debt. Already agreed that we do not have to pay off at tax time. Haven't worked in 7 years, so I will get a job ASAP once I get done with school. So I carry my own insurance. Wow. Today I got a letter from his attorney saying it explaining how the divorce is final. My health benefits are done. I have to do COBRA or get my own. I panicked because I don't have a job yet. And he keeps telling me I don't need to get one. So, emotional affair really worth it? You know, listen, if you got your husband's feelings and physical needs being met, and men are very simple. We're simple creatures. So, our good friends, still husband and I, we sat at the campfire, talking like good old friends. He keeps reminding me that we're just too different for each other. That he wants us both to be happy. I tend to be very needy in regards to physical touch and affection, and he does not need it. Over the past years, I have felt we are more than roommates, sleeping in different rooms. He says it's only cause of his work hours. I realize I'm all to blame. My heart is 100% his all these years. And I just been happy with the time we do get together. We'd be fine. I'm a miserable mess. And trying hard to stay positive, especially because he's all calm and not making a huge deal of it. You wanted him to break out so you could call the cops, have him arrested. That man finally found courage to be calm and all that. He ain't gonna make a big deal out of it. He ain't no emotional person like you wanted him to be. I feel 100% guilty for all of this. Our kids deserve to have both of us in their lives full time, and I ruined our marriage. I ruined myself and my husband. I'll have to look forward to his divorce probably in the next 90 days, and the stress of finished nursing school, then moving on with my life. I realize I get some bashing for being wrong in this one, but I'm a wreck. I admit my wrongs for an emotional affair. How do I get through this and not lose myself? Well, um, anyways, somebody else said this. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to preface this. Okay, I fell in love with someone else when I married the first time. It eventually led to divorce. Number two, I got really cheated on by my second wife that led to divorce. So I got some experience when I say these things. Alrighty. You did screw up. You did some things you shouldn't have. But it wouldn't have mattered if you didn't. At this point, you need to learn. You need to apologize if you feel you need to. You need to forgive yourself enough to move forward, but never quite enough to forget the lessons you learned. You need to cut yourself some slack, and you need to give yourself some credit for everything you didn't do. There are 3 big reasons you not to feel bad as you're feeling. Alrighty, number 1. If everything was perfect about your marriage, you wouldn't have fallen in love with someone else. A lot of people aren't going to like that I'm saying that. But I've been in the wrong relationship a couple of times, so the right relationship once. That's the way I see it. If 95% of your needs are being met and 95% of the connection you want is there, and 95% of the beliefs and behavior connect appropriately, you won't be capable of falling in love with someone else. It's totally possible to lust after someone else, even in the right marriage, but lust doesn't survive 2 years of complete lack of contact. What you did was fall in love, and that's only possible when you're not completely in love. So yeah, you didn't choose to fall in love. All the time I fall in love in retrospect turned out to be love and not some exaggerated form of like, lust, want, respect, whatever I could tell you without question. I never choose to fall in love. For the one that worked out great, the one that were the worst decision in my life, not one of them was a choice. And I can point out there's times when I tried really hard to fall in love. When someone seemed so perfect like me, we'd be such a great couple. She was not so nice and pretty, so trustworthy. So she had so much in common, she was clearly in love with me. If I tried a little bit harder, nope. It was always pretending, and deep down I knew it. You didn't choose to fall in love, you didn't choose to do it. You really can't feel bad about it. And that love that made you want to do a million things, that love made you want to walk away from your home and your husband, and never look back, throw yourself down at the feet of this man and beg him to take you with him everywhere you go. It made you want to find a way to seduce him. It made you want him to need you, want you, desire you. It made you want to show up at his hotel door when he answered, to throw every piece of clothing you are wearing through the door and stand there butt naked so he invite you in. It made you want to send him a love letter, flower, presents. It may have been worse than that, more graphic, more sexual, more aggressive. Well, the things you could have done, you did nothing. You cut off all contact, not because you were caught and were given an ultimatum, because you knew it wasn't right, and you were married, so you did it. And you kept it cut off for 2 years till you needed a friend, and you broke. You broke because your marriage meant less. You saw a chance to make this new relationship something more. You broke silence. You was hurt. You needed a friend. You weren't that friend. You did not step in that girlfriend help when the man who wanted or aroused you. You step up as a friend to help a man you come and understand well through tough times. This makes perfect sense to me. By the way, my first ex and I were done. Then friends for a while. We dropped that. We didn't talk for years because we had nothing to talk about. I didn't have anything I need from her. She did not have anything she needed from me, so no talking, no need. Then her dad died. We talked 10 hours a day for a few days. Then we drifted again. Sometimes worst partners can be the best friend for the situation. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm guessing that these numbers based on personal experience, watching my friends and a huge amount of counseling I do in this forum, but raise your hand. So, you see, I'm guessing scenario described percentage of people who choose, so I cut all of them off completely under 50%. It's probably closer to 5. Hell, many of us are left to losing barely functioning brains because they're more fun than us people who wanted money in the bank and won't leave the kids at home, go to a bar and crawl in the college district looking for drugs. I'd feel better if I was left for love than rather than left for, he gets good coke, he bedroom fund's me hard. So look, if there's guilt to be had, you and your husband share it. Okay, and I think he knows that. You and he let your relationship get to the point where there was missing that heart, went looking for someone else. You're bad, he's bad, that's couple bad. You fell in love, which sucks. Not your fault. And you did the best thing you could have done, but it couldn't fix nothing. Because your marriage is not what it needed to be. I'm going to go out on a limb here. You say this. But I believe with my whole heart it can be a quote by Toby Keith lyrics. If it helped convince you. If you ever meet this man, your marriage is going to end. And it's not ending badly now. It could have ended badly then. The reason why your husband's being nice about this and willing to let you go because he loves you, he wants you to be happy also, but also he loves himself enough to know he deserves a partner who feels the way about that you feel about the other dude. Wow. Given how much you describe him, I think he'll find that partner and think he will be very happy. Well, you know what? So, emotional cheating is a betrayal of the heart. Men take the very brunt of this. Men take the worst drop on that. You also know you could have cheated on him for real. Not trying to say emotional cheating isn't really cheating, it's a affair of the heart. Because that's a big argument. I'm going to say this. I've been cheated on in both regards, and they're not the same. One hurts because someone that's supposed to love you has no feelings for someone else. And the other hurts because someone you trust betrayed your trust, potentially exposed you to deadly diseases, made day-to-day conscious choices to do those things and hide them from you. And they did them in public where anyone could have seen them. It's not the same. The guilt is not the same. So you shouldn't have reestablished contact. It doesn't matter how quickly your husband's ready to move on. This minor occurrence shows that the damage of you loving someone else has already been done. It's irreversible. So your marriage would have ended one way or the other. So here it is for me. The man who has been cheated on as brutally as possible, I'm going to say this. Forgive yourself and it's over. If you can get his forgiveness, too great. If he's half a man you described him to be, he'll probably apologize. Something along the line of, I'm sorry. I couldn't be all you needed me to be. Men are simple creatures, did you know that? He knows what you didn't do. He knows you didn't do that because you did love him and your family. You recover, the kids will recover. You will recover. Yeah, I'll recover quickly because you fell in love and didn't chase it. It wasn't all your fault that you fell in love. It was your fault that it turned into a horrible or hurtful event, eviscerating situation. So feel a little regretful about the first and feel pride about the second part. So if you told me on the story on the first date and everything else was fine, I'd be asking you out on the second date tomorrow. If you're not a cheating garden tool, not a home record, you're not a wanderer, you're not a philanderer. In my book, you're a passionate, loving, dedicated woman who chooses the wrong husband. That's not a crime. Well, let me go ahead and read what she responded back. Thank you, more in words and one nailed it. He has forgiven me and kept reminding me of all this. I felt horrible. I want us not to be statistic. Our kids need to see us together forever. You're right when you said If I never met the other man, this marriage would never have ended. Yep. We agree. We had never had a kid, we would have split a long time ago. My husband and I make good friends. I hope we become great friends. I told him once I can afford counseling. I want to go for myself to help me get beyond this love of the other guy. I can't be with anyone if I'm connected with this guy. Yes, you can. And I do love my husband very much. But that won't ever change the fact that after the divorce, he gave me two great kids, and life is great. I just couldn't give him my heart as I should have. I pray that I can raise our kids together, be civil and nice, and spend family moments together still. I'm afraid it's going to be hard. They're going to sense the friction. And I hope we can show our kids that we can be good friends. I don't want them to messed up from more to anything. You know what? You know what? This putting your heart in somebody else's, affair of the heart is worse. The the affair of the heart, especially with military spouses, is common. Okay? Um, Nobody is perfect, but we all screw up in life. The affair of the heart is real. So if you married someone and your heart's somewhere else, you need to go seek individual counseling and get yourself right where you should be. Because the other person's going to pick up on this. Seriously. All right. Thank you for listening, and you have a good day. Peace.